Hello my dear students, how are you? Students, you are most welcome in this next video. I hope you are fine, you are staying at home and also you are healthy with your family. So students, in this video we are going to discuss about the pollination. In earlier video we have discussed the part of pollination, which one is self-pollination, but in this video we will discuss about the cross-pollination. Okay, so here this is cross-pollination. Cross-pollination students, what is cross-pollination? We have discussed in detail in earlier video. What is cross-pollination? It is the transfer of pollen grain from anther to stigma of different flower of different plant, okay, which are genetically different. Got it? This is the point. Plant must be genetically different. This one is the cross pollination. Otherwise, genetically similar plant, the pollination occurring between these plants, this will be what is geitonogamy. Geitonogamy, which is the part of autogamy. Sorry, self pollination. Got it? So here, students, you know, cross pollination may occur by self with the help of some external agencies, external agents. So cross pollination, it occurs mainly by the external agents, which is also known as the agencies, pollinating agencies. So pollinating agencies and pollinating agents. What are the pollinating agencies and pollinating agents? Let's discuss about it in detail. Here students, you know, cross pollination, it occurs by two agencies. What they are? One is abiotic agency, abiotic agencies, and next one is the biotic agencies. Biotic agencies. So what are these biotic and abiotic agencies? What these are? So let's discuss about it. Students, you know, agencies means these are the agents or these are the medium by which pollen grain is transferred to the stigma. Got it? So abiotic agencies, these may what? These may two agencies. One is air and next one is water. Okay, air and water. So when air and water, why these agencies pollination occurs, this is known as these agencies known as the abiotic agencies. Got it? And the pollination, when these agents work in this process, then pollination is known as what? When occurs by air, this is known as what? This is anemophily. Anemophily. Students, keep it in your mind that anemophily, it is the pollination, but air, it is the agent. When pollination occurs by air, this process of pollination is known as the anemophily. Got it? Here now next one is when pollination occurs with the help of water, this pollination is known as the hydrophily. Hydrophily. Got it? So now we will discuss in detail one by one anemophily and hydrophily. First we will discuss about the anemophily. What is anemophily? So what is anemophily? It is the process or it is the type of cross pollination. We can say it is the type of cross pollination in which the transfer of pollen occurs with the help of wind or air current. This is known as the anemophily. Got it? So here first we will have to discuss about how it occurs and what are the characteristics of plants or flowers in which this process occurs. Got it? So here, you know, when pollen grains are transferred by wind or air current, this is known as the anemophily. So how it transfers? Transferring of the pollen grain by this process must require some features or must require some special characteristics. What these are the characteristics? This is very important question in your exam. Many of the time it was asked that write the characteristics of the plant or of the flower in which anemophily occurs. Okay, so here this is the characteristic. So what are the characteristics of these flowers? Let's discuss here, one by one. First one is, these flowers are not attractive, their petals are colorless. Okay, so flowers petals are colorless. Petals are colorless, no or less nectar. Okay, there is no secretion of the nectar, nectar which is collected by the honeybee, and this is the secretion of plant by which insects are attracted toward the flower. Okay, so here next one is, pollens में नॉन स्टिकी, पॉलेंस में नॉन स्टिकी एंड लाइट इन वेट. फोर्थ इज, पॉलेंस आर लाइट इन weight. This is the next point. Okay, now this one, stigma is sticky and feathery. So stigma is sticky and feathery, means stigma is sticky means it is feathery, or it can stick, or it can interrupt the pollen, or it can interrupt the air current. Okay, so this may sticky and feathery. Got it? 6, style is long. Style is long. 7, pollens में feathery. Some different type, this type of pollen you have seen, which are generally fly in the air and be seems like it, just like it insect. What is not insect? It is the pollen grain in which feathers are here, feathers are immersed. So these are the feathers, this is the feathery pollen. Okay, so these are the main characteristics. There is no odor in flower, there is no odor, no or less nectar, odorless flower. Odorless, flowers are odorless. There is no smell in the flower, because by the smell insects are attracted, because there is no requirement of insect for the pollination. That is why these are the light weighted, because when petals are colorless, means there is no color, insect will not attract it toward the flower, no need of insect for the pollination. No or less nectar means there is no nectar or little bit in amount. Odorless flower, flower does not have fumes or fragrance. This one is, pollens may non-sticky, pollens are non-sticky, because pollens may float in the air, then they will stick at somewhere at any surface. That is why they should be non-sticky. Pollens are light in weight, pollen should be light in weight, because they will float easily in the air. Next, stigma is sticky and feathery. Stigma is sticky and feathery, by which it can trap more and more pollen, so the chances of fertilization will increase. Style is long, style should be long, then stigma can capture the more of the pollen from the surrounding. Okay, pollens may feathery, they will feathers will help in the floating or help in the flying. Okay, so these are the characteristics of these flowers. So this is very important question, students. You must remember it and keep it in your mind. These points are may asked in your exam. Okay, so here anemophily occurs. So mainly, what are the plants in which anemophily occurs? Example, what are the examples are date palm, pinus. Okay, so these are the example of these plants in which this type of flower and this pollination occurs, anemophily. Got it? So here we have discussed about the anemophily. Now let's discuss about what? Let's discuss about the next one. This is hydrophily. Then after a study of hydrophily, we will discuss about demerits or disadvantage of anemophily and hydrophily. Got it? So here let's discuss hydrophily. First we will discuss characteristics of the flower. So let's discuss characteristics of the flower. So which characteristics flowers will show? So here let's discuss. First like this, flowers are colorless and odorless because need not to attract the insect. So flowers colorless, odorless. Okay. Next one. The pollen grains will be light weighted. Pollens are light weighted. Okay, the pollens are light weighted. Shape of pollen is elongated or ribbon shape. Pollens are elongated or ribbon shape. Okay. Next one, 5. Stigma must be bifurcated or branched. Branched stigma. Next, 6. Pollens are covered. Pollens covered with what? Mucilaginous covering. What? Mucilaginous covering. Mucilaginous covering. Got it? So flowers covered with mucilaginous covering, mainly exine is absent. Exine is absent in pollens. Pollens which does not have the exine. Why? Exine, it has the germ pore, and the germ pore can absorb the water, so need not to suffer more or it also does not desiccate it because it remains inside the water. That is why the sporopollenin substance which form the exine, it is not required. Next one is only intine is required. Intine secretes in surrounding a mucilaginous layer which protects the pollen grain by what? Absorption of water or means imbibition. Pollens may not or is not, pollens are not imbibed by the water because they are covered by the mucilaginous covering. Got it? So these are the features of these flowers. What are the examples? So let's discuss. Examples are Zostera. Next one, Vallisneria. And Ceratophyllum. So these are the example of the plants in which hydrophily occurs. Got it? So we will discuss in detail how hydrophily occurs in Vallisneria. Okay? So I want to tell you one another thing, that number of the hydrophytes, number of the plants or aquatic plants they does not perform or they do not perform the pollination by this process, hydrophily. Why? Most of the aquatic plants they perform the hydrophily, but some of the hydrophytes or aquatic plant do not perform this process, hydrophily. Why? Because these plants survive on the surface of water. So suppose just like Eichhornia, so this is the surface of water. So here this is the plant, this is Eichhornia. So Eichhornia grows mainly on the surface of water. So it blooms or flowers blooms in the year. So in these type of plants, aquatic plants, the pollination occurs by the water current or by wind, anemophily occurs or by insect. Got it? So here we are studying about the hydrophily. So we will discuss the hydrophily in details in Vallisneria. Okay? So let's discuss. We have discussed that the pollinating agents or pollinating agencies are of two types, biotic and abiotic. So we are discussing now abiotic agencies, in which the anemophily we have discussed. Now here we are going to discuss about the hydrophily. In hydrophily we will discuss how hydrophily occurs in the Vallisneria. So let's discuss hydrophily in Vallisneria. Hydrophily in Vallisneria. Hydrophily in Vallisneria. So let's discuss. Students, Vallisneria is the hydrophyte, or it is the plant which is immersed inside or which is submerged inside the water. So it is mainly found in the surface of, or it is the bottom of, on the bottom of which the water bodies. Okay. So here this is the suppose plant. So this is the plant of Vallisneria. Vallisneria is the dioecious plant. Dioecious means it is the plant in which the male and female flower are mainly found on different plant. Okay. So here suppose this is the female plant. So here you are looking, this is what? This is pistil, or this is the female flower. Okay. Now next plant, which is the male plant, and you are looking here, the male flower are situated at here. So male flowers are situated at here. These are the male flower. So these are the male flower. This is the male flower and this is the female flower. So this is male flower. Student, do you know these plants are totally submerged in the water. Totally submerged in the water. So you are looking, they are merged in the water. What is the characteristic? I have told you earlier that these plants are totally submerged and their flowers have the branch stigma. So this is the stigma which is branched. So here pollen grains or male flowers are looking just like it. So here you are looking, so here this is the male flower. So here this is the male flower, and in this male flower 2 stamens are found. So these are 2 stamens you are looking here. these are two stamens. These are two stamens and three. These are what these are? These are tepals. These are called tepals. What are tepals? In 11th class you have studied that in family Liliaceae, mainly this hydrophyly occurs in the monocot plants, or which is hydrophyte, aquatic plant. So aquatic monocot plants have this type of process. So in which this is in the Liliaceae family, you have studied about it that these are the perianth, means petals and sepals are not differentiated, the whole is called perianth, okay, and one unit of perianth is known as the tepal. So this is one tepal, this is another tepal, these two tepal form the base and form the boat like structure. So here you are looking, this is the boat like structure, and one tepal is present in the spathe which is bent and works as the sail. So just like sailing, the boat sailing occurs, so this spathe is bent at this side, that side, and sails the water. So sails this boat, and this male flower moves on the surface of water. Got it? When this gets mature, male flower gets mature and the pollen grains are formed inside it, then this flowers detached from the main axis, okay, and it's comes toward the surface of water and floats on the surface of water. Got it? Here this stigma of another plant or a female plant, this looks like this one, you know, here I am telling you this stigma is like just this one. So stigma like just this one, okay. So here this is the stigma. When this flower, so I am also magnifying this one. Okay. So when this male flower comes in the contact of this female flower, so the anther or this one stamen comes in contact or attached here, okay. So here pollens are released, then this flower comes downside toward the bottom after coiling of this one. What? Coiling of this, you are looking here, suppose I am making the coiling. So how coiling occurs? Like this. When coiling occurs in the stalk of this flower, then this flower after pollination comes downside. Here the fertilization occurs and it forms the fruit and seeds. Got it? So here this is the pollination in or hydrophily in Vallisneria. So this is required that pollen grains inside this one, pollen grains must be lightweighted, then this flowers should be like this one, boat shaped in structure, okay. So these are the characteristics, and this is the way in Vallisneria hydrophily occurs. Got it? In Zoastera, I want to tell you, in Zoastera the pollen grain is the ribbon shape. Pollen grain is ribbon shape, and pollen grain is ribbon shaped. After detaching of male flower, pollen grain reached toward the surface because it is the ribbon shape. So it is light weighted and it is slowly moves toward the surface of water, and on the surface of water the female flower is found. So it comes in the contact with female flower and pollination occurs, okay. So in Zoastera the ribbon shaped pollen grain is found. This is the main important point, you must remember it, okay. So this is about the Vallisneria. Students, I think this is enough for this video. Thank you for watching this video. Students, if you are liking the video, so you can comment in the comment box and also subscribe and share among your friends. Thank you.